Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee, where in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the plot of Episode 2 of Season 2 of The Mandalorian. That's today, here on Star Wars Coffee. Greetings, Exalted Ones. Greetings to all you Jedi, Padawans, and younglings out there. This is Star Wars Coffee, covering everything you need to know about the latest developments, news, and leaks in Star Wars, and as always, giving you my analysis. Channel memberships are now live, so be sure to check that out on the channel page. Special shout out to the current members, Neon Victor, BSimms, and Daniel Davis. With Episode 1 of Season 2 of The Mandalorian in the can, we now look forward to Episode 2, or should I say, Chapter 10. With that being the case, we know several things about this already, namely that the plot has been posted and verified by Google, as this is what they describe for the next episode of The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian must ferry a passenger with precious cargo on a risky journey. And what this is talking about is another big part of the trailers that we've seen thus far, and this is likely where we're going to see Mando go to the docks, Mando on the boat, Mando with the water, and also Mando probably in the caves. So what we can expect to see in this episode is something that I've talked about previously that we'll get to in a second, but what else is important in this is Sasha Banks. Not only is the trailer reveal that Sasha Banks is going to be in this episode based on the trailer, based on also the fact that IMDb has credited Sasha Banks in Episode 2 of Season 2. Episode 2-2, first one billed besides Pedro Pascal, Sasha Banks. So Sasha Banks is going to appear in the second episode of The Mandalorian Season 2. Who she'll be playing will finally be revealed in this. Now, it's important to take note that Disney has not made any official position on what we can expect Sasha Banks to be portraying, whether she's going to be Sabine or whether she's going to be perhaps another character. Mainly, an idea could be another Inquisitor or something like that. But Disney Plus has posted, and we talked about this in yesterday's video with Ahsoka, and what this is talking about is Rosario Dawson was confirmed as Ahsoka. You can check that video out on the channel, but also right under that, in the same post, there's an image of Sasha Banks with the title Who Is She? And under it, it reads as follows: Is Sasha Banks in for a cameo or joining in on the action? So, Sasha Banks is going to be a big part of Season 2, Episode 2, given the fact that Disney has decided to post about this on their guest stars. They did not do this with Tamara Morrison when he appeared at the very end of Episode 1, but we now know that Disney has started to market Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano and Sasha Banks' character, albeit even if it was a mistake, as Disney immediately pulled that Instagram post down, but not before screenshots could be captured. So with that being the case, we know that Season 2, Episode 2, the description is going to be The Mandalorian must ferry a passenger with precious cargo on a risky journey. We also know that this is the episode that Sasha Banks is going to appear, and we've seen a good bit of footage from this episode given the trailer. But one of the things we also know is that there has been several merchandise leaks about what this episode contains in terms of plot, and I have tied that all together for you in a previous video. But rather than making you go and watch that video on the channel, I will have the thumbnail in the corner, but I will put an excerpt from that video here so you guys get the full gap of what you can expect in this episode. So let's check that out here. Out of the three that I'm going to talk about, this next one is the only canon character, and it has appearances in A New Hope as well as the Aftermath novel, and it is a Sarkin. And a Sarkin first appeared as a puppet shot and then edited into the Cantina footage for the special edition of A New Hope back in 1997. So, the Sarkins also lived underground in vast caves where they mined various gems such as aqua jewels, which could explain the colorful shot of the cave we see Mando in when he's shooting this. And the Sarkins were a species of sentient egg-laying reptiles, egg-laying the egg canister, that hailed from the planet Sarka, which still checks out, egg-laying reptile, check. Sarkins were tall bipedal reptiles with broad tapered snouts, 5-toed feet, and 5-fingered hands with an opposable thumb. Now if you check the still, it has a 5-fingered hand. So except for the skull and tailbones, their skeleton resembled that of humans. Pretty much checks out still based on what we've seen thus far. Their scaly skin boasted a variety of tones including gray, red, orange, lilac, and green. And in that image we have green and red, so again checks out. And many Sarkins had mottled skin. They reproduced by laying eggs and grouped themselves in family units called egg broods. Check, check, check. This seems to be the one that I think makes the most sense. So, what does this have to do with Season 2 in terms of plot? Well, it suggests, based on the trailer and the teasers that we've seen thus far, that Mando is following this character for some type of bounty, or some type of research involving the child, but likely some type of bounty. And in this still, you see that one shot where you get the illumination from that TV spot. You can see that the caves are there mining aqua gems. Likely, this is what that would look like in live action. You see the Sarkin chasing Mando, who is shooting, and you see on Mando's back, you can see the egg canister. So Mando has acquired it from the docks, and now he's going through the underground in the cave, shooting at something, but you can also see the Sarkin, presumed, chasing Mando, trying to get the egg canister. And if you take a look at it, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hands, 5 fingers on the hand, and one of them appears to me to look like an opposable thumb. So this would suggest, in terms of plot, that Mando is going to be tying back to Season 1, Episode 5, I believe, where this character was sitting in the cantina, and now it is being come back around in Season 2, where Mando will be tailing this character for some type of bounty on the docks, going after this specific egg canister, going to get the egg canister for it to collect his bounty, with a result being he is able to get it, but is not able to lose the Sarkin, who was the one who was originally in possession of the egg canister. And the reason I think that this is a bigger plot point is because Funko typically only makes these plot point, like these scene Funkos of more or less major plot points. So given the fact that all of these things have added up and they're teasing these as action scenes in the trailer, and not only that, but we've seen it not only in this certain TV spots, but we've also seen this character on the docks, and we've seen it in Season 1, Episode 5. This makes me think that this is going to be a major plot point, is with this character in Mando collecting a bounty. So there's a Sarkin. So this could either be an arc of Season 2, or this could be the bit of a singular episode in Season 2. But either way, it's a plot point nonetheless. So, a lot to take in there. I think my money is on that it's a Sarkin, that Mando is going to be going after the egg canister for some reason or another. The Sarkin is going to be unsuccessful in maintaining the egg canister. Mando's going to attain it and obtain it, and have to try and make an escape with the Sarkin still going after him. So with that being the case, we now have a pretty good idea of what Mando is going to be doing, what his essential quest, if you will, in this episode is going to be taking place. And it's going to have something to do with this egg canister and Sasha Banks, along with this, what we can perceive to be a Sarkin. So all of that will be made clear rather soon. So we just have several days to go until we find out all of what we need to know about Episode 2. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to get the breakdown, the Easter eggs, and the review of that episode. But let me know what you guys think about everything we know about this plot thus far, and who you think Sasha Banks is going to be. Again, I have on the channel several videos talking about Sasha Banks and her character, so if you're interested in that, be sure to check that out. But thank you guys for watching. May God bless you, and the Force be with you always. If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe.
Do it!
And if you want to help spread the word, please give this video a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe. Please check out the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise, and don't forget to check out all of the content playlists on this channel, including The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and much more.